Welcome back, Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic / Non-Classic. This is episode number 433 and Doubleshot number 351. Two trades, one Marvel, one DC. First up is DC trade, and it's Batman: Life After Death by Tony S. Daniel, who does the writing for all these issues, and he draws most of them. With also artwork not only by him, but also Gillian March, who later on did Catwoman the following year after these issues came out, Sergio Ferrara, and Norm Ramman. Yeah. Now, Tony S. Daniel did the Life After Death issues, and that's what issues he drew. And Gillian March did the last couple issues in here. Sergio Ferrara was the inker for all the Life After Death issues. Gillian March did the artwork and inking for the Riddle Witness two-parter. Norm Ramman was the co-inker on parts 4 through 6. Now, this particular story covers this trade covers issues 692 to 699. Simply put, these are the issues that came out before issue 700. Now, these issues came out exactly, as far as I can tell, 7 years ago. Yeah, this trade is 7 years old. I kind of figured, oh, why the heck not? It's Batman. And plus, I'm a huge Tony S. Daniel fan, and I really love this story. The first story, Life After Death, which basically the trade takes its name for, is a 6-part that ties up a loose end prior to the 700, basically revealing the identity of the second Black Mask, which, by the cover, for some reason they decided to spoil this. That's actually Jeremiah Arkham. Even though you can't see it very clearly, but yeah, this is a spoiler from the actual story. I have no idea why DC thought, hey, let's put this as the cover of the particular trade, instead of, oh, I don't know, maybe, how about one of the other covers, one of the awesome covers Tony S. Daniel did? Like, what's a good example? Let's see. Or how about this cover? Why can't you use one of the covers from the trades? Why take a panel? Why take a page from the book? Yeah, that's one of the criticisms of this trade, is the fact they actually spoil the story. Yeah, the second Black Mask is Dr. Jeremiah Arkham, a character who was created by Alan Grant from the series. He made his first appearance in the series Batman: Shadow of the Bat, #1, from the awesome story The Last Arkham, which him and Victor Zsasz made their debut in that very story. I believe that the artist was Norman. So I don't remember who the artist was, but it's a really good artist. I highly recommend checking out that particular story, which is in its own trade, and it's also in Batman: Shadow of the Bat Volume 1. It's been collected twice now, so good luck finding. You probably have more luck finding The Last Arkham in the recent Batman: Shadow of the Bat trade, because that's more something you can get right now. As well as Arkham itself, that's kind of much harder to find. The reason why I was able to get this, because my library had this. So I kind of figured out why not. Now, this has appearances by many characters. Does the Joker show up in here? No, he does not. Mainly, it's just basically people like the Penguin, Riddler, Catwoman. Also, Catwoman gets her own sidekick in the form of Catgirl. Yeah, basically. And by the way, does Catgirl ever return in the current continuity? Nope, she completely disappears. She gets wiped from the continuity. And she's kind of an interesting character, and she's implied to be Catwoman's sister, because it was kind of implied at the end of Long Halloween that Carmine Falcone, a character created by Frank Miller, in probably one of his best stories, Batman Year One, it's implied at the end of Long Halloween that Carmine Falcone is Catwoman's father. It's implied, but it's never actually fully stated, because they never actually basically took a DNA. They could have, let's say, oh, I don't know, because they could have done this in modern day with modern technology. They could have, I don't know, dug up his corpse and done a DNA test. I mean, it's not very hard to do, but who knows? But of course, now in the current continuity, Catwoman, her father is a crime boss, but it's not Carmine Falcone, surprisingly. It's a new character called the Lion. Yeah, and that one was definitely proven. The Carmine Falcone was never fully proven at all. Nope. But also, Damien's in here as well. I don't think Tim is in here. No, this is actually, yeah. For some reason, I have no idea why. Also, Commissioner Gordon's in here as well. Here's some sampling of Tony Estino's awesome artwork. Yeah, I mean, still to this day, Tony Estino is a damn good artist. Yeah. Here's a character. He's part of the Falcones. He's Mario Falcone. Yeah, he's one of Falcone many sons. He's got many kids. Now, my guess is the reason why that that Gillian March got the gig for. Also, Catwoman shows up in here. Besides Catwoman, Wildcat shows up in here. Manhunter, Helena Bertinelli, even Oracle. Basically, you have guest star appearance by the Birds of Prey in this story, which is great. Yeah. Let's see what else. This is just one awesome story. I'm trying to think who else shows up in here. Well, aside from obviously Black Mask. Let's see here. Trying to think who else shows up here. Here's a good depiction of the Huntress. This is Helena Bertinelli the way she looked like before they changed her in the current continuity where she's black, but they kept her the fact she's still Italian. Don't know why. There's this character known as the Reaper. Yeah, I think this is supposed to be the second. I think this is supposed to be the second. I think it's probably the third Reaper because the first two are dead. The first one showed up in a story that was later retconned because 0 Hour. He was the father of one of Bruce Wayne's love interest. And he basically, and this version of the Reaper was actually inspired for the character Phantasm from the awesome Batman anime film, Batman Mask of Phantasm. Yeah, he was heavily inspired by him. The second one was the design of Joe Chill. Yep. Let's see here. This is Katrina Falcone. She is the daughter. She's one of, I think she's supposed to be Carmine's granddaughter, I think it is. I am not really sure. She's part of the Falcone family. So, yeah, this Reaper is supposed to be the third one. And as for the son of... Now, it's not mentioned this guy is supposed to be related to him at all. He's just a character called the Reaper. Yeah. Let's see here. Here's Damien, drawn by Tony Estino. Yeah, and he looks really good. Let's see here. I know there's other characters pop up in here. Here's Dr. Fright. Yeah, she was a character first show up in Battle for the Colony. She's a character created by Tony Estino. Now, Tony Estino is one who gave Jeremiah Arkham the ID of Black Mask. Oh, here we go. Red Robin, the Stephanie Brown Batgirl, which, by the way, this is not canon with this continuity right now. Nope, that's her right there. Stephanie Brown as Batgirl. The ever awesome Wildcat, Ted Grant. This is Kate Spector, the Manhunter. She showed up on Arrow before they started killing her off. Here's Tim Drake in his pre-Flashpoint Red Robin costume, which some people I've talked to them about the Red Robin costumes. It's been about 3 of them already. You have this one. You have the one designed by Brett Booth for Teen Titans, and you also have the one that Eddie Burrows designed for the Eddie Burrows version of it, which is basically a variant of the New 52 Robin, the original Dick Grayson costume, except they add in their R to the. It's basically 2 R's now. But yeah, that's his costume now. Yeah, so this is one awesome story, and Riddle Me This is just basically just a story featuring the Riddler. And here's some Gillian March artwork. Yeah, Gillian March is also a really good artist. Now, Tony Estino, as far as I can tell, did stand as a writer and artist of Batman after John Winnick left. Pretty much up until the book was restarted 7 years ago. No, 6 years ago, when it was relaunched and has Scott Snyder basically as the writer for 5 years, and currently it's Tom King right now, which is doing really good with it. This is good. I get this book a 9 out of 10. It's really, really good. I highly recommend it. If you can track it down, it's pretty cheap. It's only like, even though it's like $20, but I'm sure some people, some booksellers, you could probably find it at Comic-Con. Excuse me. If a seller sells that book really cheap. But that book is good to have for your Batman collection, if you're essential Batman collectors. I don't know if Andrew Cutter owns it, because he owns a good chunk of the Batman Trains released over the years. And I think Josh Haynes owns a good chunk of them as well. But I don't know if he owns that one or not. Next one is X-Men Origins Firestar. This one basically collects Spider-Man's Amazing Friends, #1. That's actually an adaptation of the pilot, which I think is supposed to be the original pilot of the Spider-Man's Amazing Friends cartoon. Kenny X-Men 193, the Firestorm miniseries from 1986, Spider-Man Family Amazing Friends. That's actually a one-shot that came in 2000s, and Marvel Comics Presents 82 to 87. Now, the original one-shot story, that's actually done by Dennis Marks. He's the one who does that one. The awesome Tom DeFalco does the Firestar miniseries, which, by the way, that has been collecting shit before, along with her first appearance. First appearance was from Kenny X-Men 183. That's done by Chris Claremont. Awesome writer. I really wanted to meet him at MegaCon Orlando, but you had to buy a comic from the booth that he was in order to get an autograph, which I thought was really stupid. Yeah. The Marvel Comic Presents issues, those are done by Marie Javis and Marcus McLaurin. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce their names. Yeah, they're the ones who do the Marvel Comic Presents short stories. The let's see. Sean McKeever does the Spider-Man Family Amazing Friends one-shot. Yeah, he does that. Which is just basically well... Oh, also Sean McKeever does this little funny story with artwork by Chris Gorge. It's basically kind of like a mini Marvels type of story. Yeah. Firestar is an original character who made her debut in a cartoon. Then, of course, she joined the comic books. Now, as for her superhero affiliations, her first team she was part of was a group known as the Hellions. It was a group formed by Emma Frost as sort of a antagonist group for the New Mutants during the New Mutants comic book that came out in the 1980s. It's an awesome run. I highly recommend it. Yeah, people like, even though Ann Nocenti basically wrote some issues about it, but the whole 100 issues of it was actually really good. I highly recommend it. Then she joined the New Warriors in the 90s, which basically New Warriors is actually a team she's actually very known for being part of. Now, some of you might ask the question, when did she join the X-Men? She joined the X-Men in 2014, in the first issue of Amazing X-Men by Jason Aaron. That was the first time she ever joined the team, and as far as I know, she's not currently listed as part of the team because after Secret Wars, she completely disappeared, and she hasn't been seen since then. She's also been an Avenger. She was briefly engaged to the character Justice, a.k.a. Vance Astric, who was also had a future version, who was the leader of the futuristic version, the original version of Guardians of the Galaxy from the 31st century, created by the late Arnold Drake. Though Vance Astric himself, the present-day one, he first appeared in pages of Defenders when the Guardians appeared, when the Guardians time traveled to the present day. Yeah. All the issues in here are really good. Now, the Marvel Comics Presents issues is just basically her taking on the Freedom Force. That's really the whole point of it. It's a quick 6-part story, but it's really... I like the fact they actually threw that in here, along with... I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised they threw in here the Firestar miniseries and the KNX 183, because 183 is the first appearance, and the Firestar miniseries is... Firestar miniseries, it just basically something she's done before. But to throw in... the original, her first printed appearance from Spider-Man Amazing Friends #1, throwing in her feature from Marvel Comics Presents, and the one-shot Spider-Man Family Amazing Friends is really good. Really good the fact they did that. Some of the artwork in here is done by these issues. They are done by these fine people. Don Speckle, John Romita Jr., Mary Weisher, and Doran Taylor, with Patty Orloff. Actually, Dwayne Turner. He's actually one of the co-creators of Witchblade for Image. Casey Jones, I've actually met him. Awesome guy. He's actually a good friend of Phil Nato, who's I think he's currently the cover artist for Poe Dameron. He was the interior artist, but I don't think he does the cover interiors anymore. He just does the covers. Kano, Nick Duragata, and of course Chris Rosaccio, I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah. But all the issues in here are good. So, if you're a fan of Firestar, bam, you got yourself a Firestar trade. Though, surprisingly, it does not collect the Firestar one-shot that came out in, I think it was 2010, I believe it was. Yeah, I'm actually surprised they didn't put that in here. I know where it's collected. It's collecting that Women of Marvel trade, which collects a lot of like one-shots and like one particular issues, or two-issue miniseries featuring the various Marvel characters. When Marvel Comics celebrated its 75th anniversary, I believe it was just a few years ago, I think it was. Yeah, that's where you can find that one-shot. I think that one-shot should have been here as well, but that just might not have some opinion. This came out just recently. This came out... Excuse me. This came out just this year. The issues in here are good. I'm going to give this also a 9 out of 10. This is actually really good. So... that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode, which is episode 434 and Doubleshot number 352. Okay? But until then, I will see you there. Bye.